Can you just take a moment and share the Entourage effect?
Yes. So really combining all of those cannabinoids, all the plant compounds, your terpenes, which are the essential oils of the cannabis plant, and all of the other products that go with the cannabis plant to give you that well-rounded, that almost warm blanket feeling I was describing, where it's not just a head high, where it's almost uncomfortable. So that entourage effect can be really important, especially when you have edibles, because THC is going to process in your body differently when you consume it in an edible form versus inhaling it. It's going to take longer to affect you in most users because it has to go through the metabolism first and second pass, and then ultimately it gets converted in the liver, where then it can finally release it into the bloodstream. So that process can take a while on some people, up to 2 hours. And also it can hit them stronger because the molecule has to convert into something that can be absorbed by the body. And that typically hits people just a little heavier. So really wanting to give them that entourage effect, CBD can help counteract those benefits, or counteract the balance of THC CBD when you consume it in edible form. So that's where I feel it's so important to use mediums like live rosin as opposed to distillate in edible form. There's still a home for distillate out there in many edibles, and what the great thing about that is that it is very flavorless, but rosin does have more of the cannabis flavor. So sometimes new users may not want to experience that flavor. They might not like it. But what I'm finding as a chef is I can pair that flavor with different types of dishes, which is really fun.
Yeah, that's
great.
Exciting. Can you talk, you mentioned CBD. I really love CBG. It's one of my favorites. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the other cannabinoids and some of the effects that they may have in the body?
CBN is a cannabinoid that is very sedating, and so that one is really great for rest and really good to take at night. So the new 4-to-1-to-1 dark cherry live rosin gummies that were released under Copper State have a good solid dose of CBN per gummy in that. So
Nice.
I'm really excited for that product and for users to understand that cannabinoid more. That cannabinoid also is what lends the sedating effects to typically our indica strains as well. So indica sativa hybrid sometimes can be lost in an edible form when you have distillate because there's no more terpenes left. So when you add CBN to a product, then we can kind of denote more that that's going to give us sedating effects. Another one that I'm super excited about is CBC.
Yes.
And that we are going to be releasing in some ratios next month, at the end of the month, of some new gummies. And so we're finding benefits of pain relief and uplifting mood. And so really exciting research being done on that cannabinoid as well.
Very cool.
That's great. You mentioned, and I think a lot of people that have had gummies before, they understand that there is that time it takes for the gummy to take effect. But there's also new technologies, nanotechnology, I guess, is one. Can you explain any of that or how that works? Because apparently that activates a lot faster. So that's always been, I think some resistance people have with gummies is like, oh, I'm going to take this and then I'm going to be high 2 hours from now. What's with nano? Can you explain any of that?
So nano is basically reducing the particle size so that it's absorbed by the bloodstream much quicker.
Wow.
And it's usually water soluble versus fat soluble. So that is great for your beverages and your infused drinks. So again, it's all different per user. So I've had some people say the nano didn't act any faster for them. Some they felt it. So again, cannabis is always that personal journey and trying to find what the best product is for you. But I think it is exciting to be able to even like nano particle size THC and CBD to absorb faster in the body. I mean, what will we come up with next?
Right.
Who knows?
That's amazing.
With AI,
Yeah.
anything's possible.
Yeah.